So this is actually the most important one, so why not do it first? Hey, boss. Yeah. Morning, folks. Matt here. Welcome to my workshop. Today I've got a call from my source, so I'm going to go and collect some pallet wood. But first up, I'm going to add another slab to this panel, and then we'll go collect some pallets. Everything's easier when you know how, right? A little bit of experience, and that just seems so easy. But yesterday, it was really stressful. I knew straight away that I needed to go to the clamps, so I did that. I put these little wedges under at the join to make sure it can't bow up there, and I flipped the panels upside down because there was a tiny bit of a bow from yesterday's. I'll just hopefully even that out over the length of the panel. So I'll let that dry up for an hour or two while I go and collect pallets, and then we'll add this last one. So I've got my pallet tools here on the wall. I'll grab the pallet breaker and the maul, the blue crowbar and the hammer. I'll also grab the pointy screwdriver that I ground down for gouging things out, the nail pullers, and that'll do for this trip. Pop all this stuff in the front seat so there's plenty of room in the back for pallets. Well, that was a bust. I'm not sure what happened, but I couldn't find the pallets. The brickie said they stacked them yesterday, so somebody maybe came and grabbed them. Anyway, never mind. I'm going to keep working on these panels. What a nightmare that was. I've ended up doing it the same way I did the first one, with a bridge in the middle. Because you've got the pressure at the top, it lifts this guy up and you end up with a bow. Yeah, my wedges were a bust. I'm not 100% sure why. I think mostly because this wasn't secured to the table well enough. It was sliding that way as I was trying to knock the wedges in. I have seen that method work, so yeah, I don't know. I will try again with something a little bit smaller. I think, like I said yesterday, with the big panels, the stakes go up, at least in my head, at this point in my career, because I don't want to lose all of this. Even as I look at it now, I see that's up off the table, so I'll knock that back down. And then I'm going to leave it alone for a little while and have a think about trimming up that one. Yeah, it's not going well. Must take a quick peek at the bright side. There's a panel joint in there somewhere. You can see it. Maybe it shows up on camera, but it's really hard to see with the naked eye. So the alignment with the dowels worked really well. As for the rest of it, ugh. I just wanted to go around the world quickly with the sander to mostly knock off a few of the planer marks and de-emphasize the lines that were on there before I do the next step, which is to mark it up for cutting. The sanding also highlights the snipe nicely, so this is the only bit of snipe that's really bad. The rest of it's pretty good, but I plan to lose all of that in these next cuts. The next thing I need to do is mark this all up. I've checked this edge here and it's nice and straight, so we'll use that as a reference. The other edge is also straight, but I've dinted it up a bit when I was trying to get the panel to come together. So, hello Mr. Pod, how are you? Yes, you good kitten. Right, are you helping? Now, yes, not really helping. All right, so I'm making slab number 5 here, I think, which is the front So this is actually the most important one, so why not do it first? Hey, boss. Yeah. Alright, and yeah, it's quite short that way. So it's only 750 high. So let's mark it up and see what it looks like. It's all marked up, so you can see this line here finishes there, goes up to just past the snipe here. You can see it's nicely oversized, and I use this edge here which has been jointed, so I don't see any reason to cut that off. And the question from here is, how do I cut it? And I guess, do I leave any meat on the bone, or do I just try to hit the lines? I'm not sure about either of those things. Now this kind of partially answers that question. Basically the fence on my table saw needs to rest on this back rail, and at the very end I can get to about 84.5. I need to cut this panel at 950 by 750, so the table saw can help me with one of those cuts. The rest I'm going to have to use a guide and a skill saw. Let's hack some timber. Here's the setup. I'm going to use this circular saw with a lovely blunt blade in it. I flipped the panel upside down because the teeth rotate that way, so if there's going to be tear out, it's going to be on the top side, which is the back. Never be seen by anyone. I ripped this piece of aluminium out of the shower yesterday and it looks pretty straight, so that's my guide. I have my cut line there, which is well, what am I trying to say? It doesn't really matter if it's perfect, because I'm going to cut the other end, which will be the top and the only visible cut line on this whole thing on the table saw. So I think we're at that point where there's nothing to it but to do it. Well, that's done. My kingdom for a track saw and a sharp blade, but I think it'll be pretty nice on the other side. Just check square. So yeah, happy with that. Just for reference, this is why I flipped the board upside down. So this is the offcut on the good side. You see that nice clean edge. On the back side, that's where the tear outs happened. Just remember which way the blade is going and you never go wrong. The plan here is that I've got the saw set at 760 and I'm going to run that guy through with the edge I just cut as the reference, hopefully to get a nice clean edge on the other end, and then I'll turn it around, set the saw to 750 and make the final cut. So wish me luck. I think that's turned out pretty well. I'm glad I did those two cuts on the table saw. You have a look at this guy, how nice and smooth that is, and this side it's okay. This is the side cut with the skill saw. It's okay, but this side is perfect, and the slab has turned out pretty much perfect. I think I'm going to have to use the skill saw to cut it to length in that direction, but that's tomorrow's problem. It's knock-off time. So if you've hung around for this long today, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on Friday. No vlog tomorrow, that's admin day. Cheers guys.